Hi, I'm Steve DeVillo. I'm a local Bronx historian. I'm walking through, and we're standing here today in what's known as the Old West Farms Soldier Cemetery. And standing in one of the oldest communities in the Bronx, this is one of the oldest cemeteries in the Bronx. Burials here long preceded this being a veteran cemetery, probably back to the late 1700s at the very least. It became a veteran cemetery about 1909 when the city was going to widen East 180th Street, slice off part of the cemetery, and ship some of the graves out to the city's Potter's Field. But it was local historians got them to stop it. They relocated some of the graves of the veterans that would have been so disrespected and got this place designated a veteran cemetery. A little later, burials were transferred here from the Union Hospital that had been on the Civil War at Hart Island, were transferred here, and eventually it became a federally designated veteran cemetery. So we've got veterans buried here from 4 different wars in U.S. history. War of 1812, Civil War, Spanish-American War, and World War I. And there's nobody really famous here. There's no signer of the Declaration of Independence or famous politician. So people, might be tempted just to pass the place by and think it's a very dull spot. Some of these individual veterans were involved in some of the most colorful, tragic units in American history, some of the worst battles that happened. And you just wonder, what stories they themselves could have told us if they'd wanted to.
What's your name?
Brianna.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
And what are you doing here today?
I'm actually doing community service for an organization called G.I.V.E. And what we're doing here is cleaning up this graveyard for veterans. And we're just giving back to them.
We are planting daffodil bulbs. And they should be about yellow, white, orange, different colors. When we put them in now, these bulbs are going to come out in the spring. And it's going to look really pretty as people will walk by, as the buses go by. And you're going to see little clumps of daffodils coming up. We're planting them in the old soldiers' cemetery here at West Farms in the southern Bronx. So come and check them out in the spring, and you will see these bulbs coming up. It'll be beautiful.
Hi, my name is Joseph Recuppio. I am the Bronx County Commander for the American Legion. I'm from the Viet Nam era war. I worked in the Bronx most of my life for Verizon Communications. At that time it was New York Television. But I drove by this area quite often because this was my area that I worked in. And I never knew this was a cemetery. And when I found out, I got curious. And then I found out it was a veteran cemetery for troops that died during the Civil War, during World War I. So I stopped and looked at it one day. It was about 15, 16 years ago. And I could have cried. I mean, all the tombstones were knocked over. It was dirt and debris. I mean, it just looked like an urban mess. I looked around and I tried through the American Legion to find a way to get in here to clean this thing up. And it was like fighting against the tide. I couldn't get the tide to move. All these young children, they got to volunteer on their day off. It's Veterans Day, a wonderful day. And here they are, cleaning, sweeping, breaking up leaves, picking up the tombstones. And I'm very proud today. I can cry today. My veterans are very happy. I'm very happy for my veterans because they have a beautiful place to be in.